Sanawanan Kimure Tandare Tandare Tatoha Pongpolo Kinantoha Pongpolo Sanawanan Kimure 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 ja Kimure 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 ja Kimure, 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 ja, Kimure, 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 ja.
Share the song. Things don't always have to be perfect. Things don't always have to be perfect. No, no, things don't always have to be perfect. You can share.
Mistakes here and there, perfection isn't clear. Questions, 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 answers never thought of. Struggling for the ultimate, opportunities in the rare. Being too blinded to see them, silver lining looks dark now. Sometimes soldiers overrated. Bad times should not leave you deflated.
song, she the song, she the song. Don't always have to be perfect. Things don't always have to be perfect. No, no, things don't always have to be perfect. You can she the song. You can just she the song. You can just she the song. You can just.
Well, in the background, there's a beautiful song by the beautiful Adoma titled She the Song. You know that whenever the name Jamestown comes in mind, one of the things or one of the sports that comes in mind is boxing. So Jamestown is often called the home of boxing in Ghana. The community has produced many renowned boxers, including Azuma Nelson, Ike Quartey, and Joshua Clottey, serving several boxing gyms dot along the neighborhood where young talents are trained. So they say, "Kwe koye gamami no belbe gamami." So it has some living heritage as well. So when you walk through Jamestown, you feel like it's a living museum. Narrow alleyways, vibrant markets, children playing soccer, and elders telling stories all make it a very humane and a very authentic place to see. So if you haven't visited Jamestown, this is one of the most iconic places in Accra that you would definitely have to visit. And if you do not know, it was believed that 2019 was exactly 400 years that slaves that were picked from Jamestown in Accra to Virginia, and one of the reasons for which we celebrated the year of return. So on the show today, we do have a lot of conversations and to do. Well, we'll be back shortly. I just want you to listen to this wonderful music, and when we come back, we would go into the conversation. Well, seated right in front of me are three elegant, beauty, stunning women. Yeah. They say normally I like to give women fans, but why not? These three women are wonderful, and we are about to go into a very wonderful conversation with them. We are about to talk about the Société Générale Jazz and World Music Festival.
So hard to, achieve.
We'll be back shortly.
Get ahead, which isn't a bad thing. Sometimes the mistakes you make could actually get you to where you are supposed to be or be where you are supposed to be. Yeah, I know I'm mixing words up. It's kind of parts of it. But the moral of the story is, in essence, all the five fingers are not even equal.
Well, this is Roots and Routes on Z101, 101.9 FM. My name is Nia Solomon, and if you want to join the conversation, you can contact us on 0544321019, or you can actually call in at 0303956641. So in the studios with me today, I have three elegant women. Starting from my left, I have Sarah Yeboah. She works with the Alliance Francaise. And then also right in front of me, facing me, is the Lioness. I have sitting right in front of me, Ra. I have sitting in front of me the Lioness Wiela. Wiela, I actually do have somebody who actually admires you so much. She sent me some wonderful message, so I will tell you about it. Yes. And then the adorable Adoma. I like that sign. So ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I hope you're excited to be here because we are very much excited to see you or to talk about the Société Générale Jazz and World Music Festival.
Yeah.
And so let me start with you, Sarah. I mean, since you are one of the organizers of this show, can you basically tell us about like what inspired this show? You could have done anything else, but why jazz and all of that?
Okay, so first of all, I'd say Alliance Francaise Accra is like one of the biggest stakeholders of music, arts, and culture in Ghana because it's one of our missions to promote intercultural exchange and also, the creatives to give them a platform and everything. So we do a lot of different genres of music. We don't just do music, we promote creativity in all its forms, and jazz, as you know, it has very strong African roots, and it seems now we've lost touch with this genre of music. So this whole concept of having a jazz festival is to reconnect us to, bring us closer to the Africans in the diaspora, which are the Black Americans, and also, there are a lot of African artists that also fuse this jazz with their own new sound. Right. So this is how it came about. We decided to have a jazz festival. And over the years, we noticed that it was only attracting a specific type of audience, right, which are the expats, and like some specific parts of the Ghanaian population that like that cool, calming, soothing vibes. But, when it comes to the youth, we like more energy. We want something vibrant. Yeah. So we decided to broaden the scope of this event, make it more inclusive, and attract a more diverse and a broader type of audience.
Okay.
Yeah.
But let me find out from you. I know that this jazz festival has actually been going on for like 10 years now.
Yes.
And so what should people expect this year? I mean, isn't it going to be the same thing or there's something else happening this year?
This year is very different. So we've already had 2 concert nights, and for people who participated, they can attest to the fact that this year brought something new. So first of all, to start with our opening concert and the headline artist, that was Alun Wad. It wasn't just a ceremonial opening concert. We had the launch of an art exhibition, which was a virtual experience. It's still ongoing today. And we also watched a documentary. He connected the jazz music, the New Orleans jazz music, to the African roots that it had. So it was a very enlightening moment for us. And we've also seen a lot of collaborations. Even though we invited just Alun Wad, he gave us something with a Ghanaian band, which is the Legon Palm Wine Band. And also yesterday it was it was a different energy altogether. We had the Adaha Dance Band, we had the Fra Band, we had Thomas Dobler.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and we had a Bagatelle Storm, and he took us back, they took us centuries back to the times where we would watch these 1920s Hollywood movies and, you know, the cartoons, and everyone was like, oh, this reminds me of Tom and Jerry, you know, the soundtracks of the Looney Tunes and everything. So it was a very nostalgic moment for us. And tonight we expect nothing less. Yeah.
Right. So tonight we expect nothing less. And if you don't know what we are discussing, we are talking about the Société Générale Jazz and World Music Festival that is actually taking place at the Alliance Française. But let me come to you, Biela. I mean, anybody who hears your name, they know how energetic and electrifying you are on stage, you know. And so nobody would even compliment you with, I don't know, with
she's
jazz.
Calm, she's sharp.
Yes, you know. You know, and so let me find out from you, how does this festival actually complement your style of music?
For me, first and foremost, I'm very excited and grateful that I have been invited, because my style of music, like my sister Sarah just said, for me, I grew up watching cartoons, watching all this international music, Madonna, Michael Jackson, Whitney, Angelique Kidjo. So I think our era was when the TV came and we're more influenced with foreign sounds. But at the same time, I grew up in the Chief Palace, traditional Chief Palace, and I was part of a traditional group, and I sing in Sisali, Wale and Dagari, but they have been influenced. But I've managed to blend the two and still keep the Wiala going. So this kind of stage, for me, is actually very perfect for me, because when you come to the show today, and when people listen to my music, you will hear Africa, you will hear Wiala, you hear tradition, but you see that it's able to cut across to the rest of the world, because the music in the end for me is a blend. And when you see my band, for me, I always say the music leads me. I've played with Ghanaian bands, I've played with different bands, and my band today is Yaga Yagas. Yes, and the music led me somewhere to Slovenia, and I met a band, and when I sing in African language, they also interpret it, and so it helps, makes the music more accessible. So this stage for me is just perfect.
Nice. So are you performing with the Yaga Yaga band?
Oh, I'm
today?
performing with the Yaga Yagas.
So you go everywhere with them.
Yes, these days, especially in Europe, and sometimes I play with my Ghanaian band, Chinchiges. Yes, I used to play with Patch Bay, but for me, wherever the music
Patch
takes
Bay
me.
Too is a very
I've
good
played
band.
with them before. We've gone to a place like Dubai and played. And
but let me ask you. I know you're very international in front of a large crowd.
Yes.
So how does performing in front of the Ghanaian crowd, how special is that for you?
For me, it's very special, Ghanaian crowd, because what I have noticed is it's up to us musicians to actually always showcase who we truly are to our own people. Then you get a very good feedback. So when you take it out there, you know you are really representing the Ghanaian. But Ghanaian people, you know, we like to dance.
Yes.
It's a different vibe.
It's a different vibe.
Europe,
we like to make ourselves dirty.
Yes, and we are happy people.
Yes.
We are full of energy. We are optimistic. We are always hopeful. It doesn't matter the challenges we go through. We will say tomorrow will be better. So when you perform in front of a Ghanaian crowd, they give you this energy. And it helps me a lot. It takes that, I take that, and when I take it abroad, I give it to them. Even if they are not, even if they are sitting and just watching, but they are dancing in their head. But for me, there's no reality show you come and nobody will not dance. Because for me, if you are coming to the show, don't wear shoes.
Okay, come barefoot because you're going to dance.
That's how we do it, African style. We dance, and then the earth will shake out of joy, and then you see the dust will be doing kululu, kululu, kululu. Like that.
An interest-free payment. Well, basically, your dream house, your number one interest for 2 years. Are you ready to step into your home dream or your dream home? And with the Lakeside Estate exclusive offer, you can actually own a house in just 2 years with no interest payment or repayment. This offer is our choice. Choose from a variety of beautiful homes in any of your Lakeside Hills clusters. Your future awaits. Imagine living in a home you love with the freedom to invest in your dreams without the burden of interest. As your CIMG Real Estate Company of the Year for the 4th time, We offer a hassle-free home acquisition. Call us today on 020-477-5042 or 020-477-5040 or on 050-141-8622. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Call us now to learn more and schedule a tour for your available homes. Lakeside Estate, quality home for all of us. Well, let me come to you, Adoma. I mean, I have actually also admired you from afar, and I must say this is the very first time I've seen you. Well, I have seen you from afar, maybe from Alliance Francaise, because I watch a lot of concerts at Alliance. And so let me find out from you, what has actually redefined alternative soul and storytelling music for you? You know, what excites you the most about performing at...
Listens to the influences in my music. You know I'm a jazz head. I love jazz. It's my favorite genre of music, and it's I haven't really paid I've not really been listening to a lot of jazz lately, because I'm trying to broaden my scope a bit. But just being at the concert for the past 2 days, I'm just like, yeah, why have I been doing that? Because this is exactly where my heart has always been. So it's a huge, you don't have the slightest idea, huge honor to be invited to perform by Alliance on such a beautiful platform, Jazz and World Music Festival. So for me, yeah, I've always been a jazz head, so it feels like the perfect fit. And when it comes to storytelling, I'm also an actor, so even in the music I write, if you listen to it, there's a lot of stories going on. There's a world that is being painted, and I feel like that's something that is very, very significant, even in jazz music, because it's very improv. It's improv music, and lots of the times they're just creating things on the go, and the storytelling is very, very, up there. So combining that with who I am also as a person, it's like the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I mean, I listened to your storytelling. I mean, tell us, what goes into your storytelling? How are you able to come up with this, piece everything together to create the beautiful magics you always create?
Well, I generally think in pictures.
Okay.
Every single thought in my brain is pictures. I don't think in words. I think in just 2 words. And when you're doing that directly, I can't help it. It just comes out like how it's playing, because it's almost like things play out like a movie in my head. So if I had to write about what is in my head, it's going to express itself in the same way. And that's how generally I work. So that's where that is from.
Right. But Sarah, let me ask you, like for the new artists that are coming on the show this year, what are some of the new experiences or some of the new things you think that they would actually... Adoma, is this like your first time on the festival, the jazz festival?
I'm not sure. I've been on some jazz festivals, but now it's...
For the Alliance Francaise one?
I'm not sure if it's Alliance, if I've been on an Alliance festival, but I have been on quite a number, so it's quite a bit.
So for Sarah, those who are coming on the show for the first time, what are some of the new experiences they're supposed to have?
I'd say that, with the broadened scope of this year's events, we are just giving them the platform to blow our minds and, give us something new, something that we haven't seen over the years. Yeah, and to bring their own different kinds of energy and style to this year's festival.
So if someone is listening, for example, who was at last year's festival, what's going to be unique about this year's festival that we're telling them to come see?
Yeah, so last year was when we sort of introduced a different genre of music to the Jazz Festival, because before it used to be known as the Jazz Festival. And we had Rocky Dawuni, who is not a jazz performer. He is more of reggae. And we saw how well it was received by the audience. So this year, we are giving you more of that, more of the diversity, We've had Adahadan's band, Fra Band, and they managed to, you know, fit into the vibe, but also bring their uniqueness to the festival this time around. So this night is going to be more of that. I look forward so much to Wiala's performance, to Adoma's performance. We are also having a female trumpeter, Christine Kamal from Kenya, who will be performing today with a Ghanaian jazz band. She's also bringing her own flavor.
Okay.
And yeah, we are
Okay.
going to have Victor Day Jr. because, of course, what is jazz in Ghana without Victor Day Jr.?
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah,
right.
so
But
Watch
Wiela,
out.
Yep.
what should the fans expect? You know, like, are there some new songs you're bringing? Are there some new collaborations? What should we expect? Of course, I am coming. So.
Yes. Well, you're going to hear new songs. As you know, my sound, sometimes I'm very traditional, sometimes a bit pop, sometimes, and sometimes maybe a bit raggish. But as somebody who is, I would say, a bit of all weather,
Yeah.
but I call my style Afro pop.
Right.
Because there's a lot of pop elements in it. At the same time, you can hear a lot of world music in there. So
Right.
that's why in the first place I said this is a perfect jazz and world music, because some of my sounds is just world music. And then the new collaboration I'm doing with Yaga Yaga. So this is our first time.
But let me find out, Yaga Yaga, are they a Ghanaian band?
No, they are a European band from
Okay.
Slovenia, Ljubljana.
Oh, nice.
And we met through music.
Right.
It was never planned I'm going to Ljubljana to look for a band. It's music. I went there to sing, and I needed a band. We came together, and after the show, it just felt good that we don't stop there.
You both fell in love.
I think you are right. Hey, this morning, this afternoon, you are trying to be very romantic. So yeah, so we are romantically, musically
In love.
in love.
Right.
I like that. I think we
Right.
should write a song about it.
Yeah, we should.
Yes.
We should.
So I think you just said it all. And so you'll be hearing new songs. We actually wrote an album together. The album is ready. It will be released very soon. And we have some covers that we have done
Yeah.
of some of the great musicians in Ghana.
Yeah.
My own version, just like I did with the Osibisa song.
Yeah.
I have 3 more songs, and I have a surprise performance tonight
Oh, wow.
with one of Ghana's legendary acts. I will mention the name. I won't say he or she, if not I'll give away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you should be there
so
to see the
if
surprise.
you want to see the surprise, just bath, wear your clothes, take your shoes, but put in your bag when you're about to watch the performance so that we dance. And yeah, I'm bringing so many new songs on stage.
Right.
Yes.
So, but Adoma, let me also find out from you. Do you do some traditionals? And how are you able to blend it with your style of music?
I really love high life, and there's going to be a combination of that. But I wanted to do a fusion of that. So they're like remixes of existing songs that are mine. So I guess it's going to be a lot of that. A combination of Afro jazz. If you
Are
like.
you debuting any
Yes,
new
there's-
songs that we should look forward to when we come?
Yes, interestingly, there's a song I just recorded like a month or so ago. I haven't released it yet. I intend to release it sometime this year. And I thought this was a good opportunity to debut that today. So for the first time ever, it's going to be played today. So
All right.
looking
I
forward to
mean,
it.
but what is stopping Adoma and Wiela doing a collaboration
know.
together?
Hey.
Like
This question
basically,
is
what
true.
is,
Yeah.
I mean, 2 powerful musicians,
It's
and
true.
what is
Well,
stopping both of
nothing.
you from?
Nothing, absolutely nothing.
And we have Yaga Yaga. So
Yes.
let's just let's just get on with it.
Actually,
well,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
I'm speechless.
Yeah.
But yes, of course, you've asked the right question.
Yeah.
And I think we should.
Yeah, we definitely should.
In fact, we should, because
Definitely.
when we talk about supporting and
Yes.
promoting each other, collaborations or collaborating would be one of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is how we support each other
Exactly.
and then promote the music.
And can you imagine,
Yeah.
like I'm already envisioning the music
Yes.
becoming a hit, you know, you
Yes.
guys performing that music all
Yeah.
over the world.
Yes.
Well, I just got a message from someone and said, Charlie, these 2 girls, can you let them just give us something of, you
Of
know,
course.
what we are going to feel? So,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
can we feel something so that, you know, people know that, Charlie, this year's Societe General Jazz and Music, World Music Festival is just going to be lit. So, where should I start from? Who wants to go first?
I don't know, this time you go first. Yes.
You want me to sing anything?
Let's just.
Okay, so I'll just do like 2 lines of the new song that I mentioned is coming out. So it starts. Promise myself that I won't be back. Oh, look at me here now, baby. Cupid shot his arrow through me, and I have come undone. Was comfortable with being lonely, but this is now my story. You've got me stuck on stupidly in love. I'll leave it there. Story continues on stage.
Charlie, this is powerful, man. Are you in love?
We'll find out on stage. We'll find out there.
Well, Adoma doesn't want to give out a lot of information. She doesn't want you to know if she's in love or not. But what's actually inspired it, though?
I'll disclose, I'll disclose all of this on stage. So if you want to find out anything, in fact, majority, 90% of my set is about love. So if you want to find out these questions, like Oyala said, bath, wear your dress, and for me, you can and just come, and then you get all your questions answered.
Yeah, someone said I should ask you, like they know you're a very traditional person. Before you give us something that they want me to find out from you, being a very traditional person and also being a very local girl, because most of the time we see your pictures and things going back home and doing all that. Are there some projects or some initiatives that you do for your people back in the north that maybe you would want to mention?
Of course, I would love to, and thank you for the opportunity. For me, my community, the community I hail from, if not for the music, I don't think anybody even heard of Fonsi. And people used to wonder if it was a Ghanaian community because we are quite close to Burkina. So some people thought I was French, like I'm from Burkina. And when I started the music, by default, I just became compulsory role model to a lot of the young kids. And whenever I went home, it was obvious that they wanted a piece of what I had. And then gradually I just started moving home. But before I became famous, I was always at where there's a stage, and ever since we started, we realized that there were a lot of musicians who were just hiding, waiting to sing. So we do shows there. I put up a radio station.
Oh, nice.
I collaborated with one of the chiefs so we can promote the music there. And then if I have 2 stages, and also I teach the young ones dancing. And then we are just into art because I'm an artist, I'm a musician, that's what I can do. And also I have the Lioness Kingdom. So if you're ever passing through Adoma, I would like to invite you. I have a studio there as well. So we record music, we dance, we eat. There's a restaurant, there's a guest house. And
Adoma,
then we can play the music at the radio
Have you
station.
been to is it Fonsi?
Fonsi.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, now you can fly there. You fly to Wa, and I'll pick you up and drive you on the
show,
and
so
I'll drive you on the
rough road.
A bit of rough road, bit of tarred road,
Right.
and then it's just 2 hours outside Wa, and then.
Have you been to Adoma? Have you been to Northern Ghana?
Yes,
before?
I've been to Northern. I've been to
Which part?
Bolgatanga.
Only Bolga.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think it's just Bolgatanga.
You've
But
not
you
done
don't know
Savannah.
No, I haven't.
Upper
You don't know.
East stuff. So this is a very beautiful
Opportunity,
open invitation. Fly
Sala
to Wa, let them pick you up and
Yeah.
just give you a tour of the
the Sala
destination.
land.
And then after which you spend some time in the studio recording
Yes.
some
Yes.
music.
Will you come?
Oh, I will.
Promise. Oh,
Oh no, I'm saying it.
Everybody's
Yeah.
Hey, I'm putting her in the corner. Don't mind me.
Everyone is watching and it's online and people are actually listening to.
Yeah, I'm very
So guys,
Ghanaian.
we need to let's expect some collaborations from
would love to.
Wiela and Adoma. I mean, I strongly believe it's going to be a very wonderful
Thank you.
music. So Wiela,
Yes.
you are supposed to.
Oh,
you know-
yes.
Yeah.
You see, it was good that she started. She gave me a So I'm going to sing one of the new songs, kind of. Yeah, it goes like this. Hantole bisi, bayo bisi ma. Golle valare, anadunia mohon. A golle valare, anadunia mohon. Abulona yede we sing, a kiche with digi. People don't stop. People don't stop from a distance. He hear me, my lover he spy me. Pretty face, smooth skin, then he looking like a fairy. He pop up strawberry. He got a Kelly body. Can I bother you? Come for the rest.
Oh my God! Beautiful moment, defining night with these two beautiful artists who are going to bless us with some powerful music from traditional to contemporary music. You need to be at the Alliance Francaise Société Générale Jazz and World Music Festival. Sarah, are there some tickets? How can someone get the opportunity of coming to this show?
To purchase a ticket for 200 Ghana cedis, and also there will be ticket sales at the gate. Yeah.
How much is the ticket going for if anyone would have to buy? 200
Ghana cedis pay.
Okay, so there's no single double. You just get in there, pay 200, and you enjoy all this, right?
Exactly.
So if you're listening to us, the place to be this evening is the Alliance Francaise. At what time is the show starting?
Starts at 6:30 p.m.
So I know Alliance very well. Most people who know me as a playwright and poet, you know I do most of my shows at the Alliance Francaise, and I can tell you, if a show is starting at 6:30, you must be seated latest 6 p.m. else the traffic, the parking of your car, all those things will not let. Of course, they have these restaurants and all those other places that you can get some good drink or something while you wait for the artist to get ready. So the place to be this evening is the Alliance Francaise Société Générale Jazz and World Music Festival. And in the studio with me today discussing the show had been the lioness herself, Wiala, and the most beautiful, adorable actress and musician, Adoma. They've all been here for us to discuss the show. So, ladies, let me just take your last words. Let me start from you, Adoma. What are your last words to your fans and everybody listening?
I'm expecting to see a lot of people so that we can do roll call after.
Okay.
So if you know you rock with me and you're not coming, I'll beef with you after, because after the set, I'm expecting to be like, okay, you came, present, okay. Yeah. So I'm expecting to see you because it's going to be fantastic. I mean, if you've been there these past 2 days, you know that, yeah, definitely it's going to be
wonderful.
Yes. Yes.
The lioness.
Yeah. Well, I would like to tell everybody, you know, these days the lioness doesn't come out all the time. I come out once in a while. And every show I go to, we make history. I never won. And don't be told, be there. Yeah. And I'll be ready for selfies after that. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Don't be told, be there.
Yeah, don't be told, be there. I like it. And so, ladies, I'd like to say a very big thank you to all of you. I know you're very busy. You have to do sound check and all of that. But coming to spend this time with us is very special. And so, thank you so much. And expect me at the show tonight. I'm actually coming. Yeah, myself and my producer, we are definitely coming to dance the night out, because I'm actually a very good lover of jazz music. So yes. So the place to be tonight is the Alliance Francaise Société Générale Jazz and World Music Festival, and we have been speaking to Sarah Yeboah, who is one of the organizers, or the organizer of the festival, and then also in the studio we had Wiala and Adoma. We'll be back shortly because we have another interview with the organizers of a big play that is happening at the National Theatre titled Cyber Heist. And so we'll be back shortly.
Thank you.
101.9 FM.
Na 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 na. It be like certain times where I see you with your girl, posing for the ground. Where you come posing for my house shoe. Oh wow. You think say you did pop it in my face. You figure say she get your back. I see that it's the way you rap for Facebook talk. I've got the love of my life. Boy, I keep bad news for you. So sit back, relax, cause yesterday I saw your boo lip lock with another fool. Down, down, down. She don't feel nothing for you. I don't feel.
Well, you're listening to Roots and Routes on Z101.9 FM. My name is Nia Solomon.
This is true.
And just gone by has been an amazing conversation with the organizers of the Alliance Française Société Générale Jazz and World Music Festival. But as I mentioned, we have a very big play coming. Now, the question is, have you been scammed before? Have you been frauded before? Has somebody called you and said, oh, boss, Mpacho, I send you a 3,000 Ghana cedis, Mpacho check your phone or so. And then before you know, your money is gone.
Yeah.
Well, there is a very big play coming up at the National Theatre titled Cyber Heist. And this play is taking place on the 2nd of May. Friday, 2nd May. By 6 p.m. you should be seated. We have the organizers of the show today, and so we want to talk about it. Well, so I have seated Mr. Martin, who is with Fintech Management Solutions. And then also, I also have Mr. Richard Kumasa. He works with Apps and Mobile Solution. Actually, one of the sponsors of Cyber Heist. So let's go into the conversation. We do have some small time to spare, so we should be able to do that. And so let me start with you, Mr. Richard Kumasa. First of all, why did you decide to sponsor such a powerful initiative as like a stage play like this?
Okay, thank you to you and your listeners. Well, so at Apps and Mobile, what we do is we provide payment solutions. But that's not the only thing that we do. We also, build trust. And to build trust, you need to be able to ensure that the payment platform you are providing, have security at the core of it. Yeah. Because if users of your solutions do not know that your solutions are secure for them, they will not trust your solutions. Yeah. So at the core of it, we make sure that security is very important. And we collaborate with the regulators, with telcos, the banks, to ensure that the transactions are really safeguarded, to ensure that nobody loses money. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so for that, beyond technology, we believe that education is very key. Mm-hmm. We need to ensure that the people out there get to know what is cybercrime. They need to understand and also be able to identify the red flags. So when that happens, we build a very, robust, payment ecosystem, so everybody is safe. And so when we realized that Cyber Heist is coming on, we decided to, be on board. to be able to help educate the public to know what is happening, what they must do to ensure that we have a very secure ecosystem. So basically, we are supporting this program or this event because we believe that people must be educated and also must be aware and know what cybercrime is and what are the things that they must do on their own to also support the fight against cybercrime.
So let me ask you, as a fintech company, has anybody tried to fraud you guys before? Somebody would think that, oh, fintech, as for they have all the information and everything. So,
you know, cybercrime doesn't respect anyone. Okay, so everyone is at risk.
Right.
Okay, so both the corporate, you know, organizations, the merchants who work on our platforms, and even the customers or merchants, they are all at risk.
Right.
I mean, we had a lot of, uncountable number of times where people, using our platforms, you know, have received unsolicited prompts. Okay, you know, this mobile money fraud, that someone would send you a prompt for you to enter your PIN, even though you haven't initiated such an action. Okay, so we put in place what we call the OTP, the one time, you know, PIN, so that when you haven't received any prompt to be able to do that, you won't even approve any transaction.
Yeah.
To ensure that our platforms are secure. So that is what we have done to ensure that no merchant comes on our platform without, you know, making sure that you have implemented the OTP on the platform to secure and also protect your customers.
Right.
Yes.
We in the studio also we have of course, if you're in Ghana, you're in the fintech space and you don't know this gentleman, then you're really not in the fintech space. We have Mr. Martin Kwame Awaga. He's the Ghana Fintech and Payment Association president, and he's with us today. So welcome, sir.
Thank you, and thank you for your listeners.
Okay, so let me ask, what actually inspired you putting together such a production? I know that Village Minds Production is also behind this, but the whole initiative and idea was birthed from you. So what is the inspiration behind bringing this on stage?
Okay, thank you, Nia Solomon. Thank you, and then thank you for your contribution as part of Village Minds' ability to join us on this journey. Now, the rationale for this is very important, and the fact that we are in a digital age, particularly in the 21st century where everything we do is online, is digital, we need to also ensure that we protect our digital health. And don't forget, most of the channels or most of the places that the hackers seem to always, or the scammers always seem to focus on, is your finances. That's the most prominent place. That's your banking details, your finances, and all that. So the rationale for bringing this up is the fact that, you know, lately we've realized that a lot of people are operating online and there's a lot of engagements in there. And with the advent of digital banking or digital finance or fintechs, this needs to be something that we all need to take seriously, because prior to fintechs coming to the fore, the banks had the mandate, the commercial banks had the mandate to protect your banking information and all that, your finances and all that. But with fintechs and the fact that we have deployed technology to advance financial transactions and services, we have noticed a situation whereby, as an individual, you are also now a custodian of your own financial data. Previously, it used to be just the banks, but now with fintechs, and now that the convenience has been brought about by the financial technology companies, the custodian of the data or your financial details, because these days when you do a Momo transaction, what do you do? What do you see? Every single transaction, you get that data, or you get that information. But previously, when you go to the bank to do any transaction, you don't get those kind of notifications, unless you go back to the bank to say, you know what, give me my banking information or data. That's when they would give it to you, which is your bank statement. But currently, with being an individual, you can have access, or you can easily go in there and see all your banking details or records. So these are things that we need to understand and know, that that protection that we used to have with the commercial banks having to cater or, you know, be custodian of our data has now been democratized, whereby we as individuals also have access to that data. But we are seeing an increasing pace or surge, in as much as we are seeing the good things. A lot of times we're only talking about the positives of the digitization agenda or the digital economy, but most people are not seeing the dark part of it, which is the frauds, the scams, and the cybercrime.
Yeah.
So we came up with the idea that storytelling is a powerful tool in Africa and has always been. And if you can remember, since generation, if you put something in a book for a black man to read, they don't read. And so therefore, I want that to sink in. And so therefore, we came up, or we identified that storytelling or drama has been one of the ways Africans have always shared their stories or shared information, prominent or important information. So we said, okay, why don't we infuse that with storytelling? Because another thing we also notice is we have been doing financial literacy. Don't forget, April has been dedicated as a month of financial literacy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? So we said, why don't we come up with something unique, something innovative? Because you know, our industry is very innovative, it's very agile. So we are also bringing that innovation to the fore. So we said, you know, let's come up with Cyber Heist. And the rationale is, let's infuse that with the lecture-based approach that we've always been using to do education or public awareness or campaign awareness on certain pertinent or critical issues, hence Cyber Heist. So it's I mean, the generality of what we want to do is to do a nationwide
oh, that's fantastic.
Yes, a nationwide campaign awareness, infusing the theater or the drama or the storytelling into the play to educate people about their digital health, how to be secured, or what are the pertinent issues to look out for when they are engaging online.
And the truth is that sometimes even they are like very simple things, and before you know, you are frauded. You know, like it could be tapping into a public Wi-Fi, and before you know, they are getting some sensitive data from you. But being a technology company, how do you think that with the use of this play that you're sponsoring can help to be able to at least drastically eradicate some of these scam issues we are facing, or even reduce it to a very I don't know.
You know, usually what it all boils down to awareness. When I'm aware that when I'm traveling at the airport and I see free Wi-Fi, I should be careful. I should, like I mentioned earlier on, there should be some red flags. Okay, so certain things that I should not log on in with, because if you do that, you are giving out your, like Kwame said earlier on. Now you have your PIN, that's the ATM PIN, you have your password, there are a lot of things that you are holding. Sometimes you even store them on your phone, and you know, somebody can call you WhatsApp, so we are changing this, so we are supposed to give me the two-step authentication. So all these things we are going to, through this event, let the people know that these are some of the things that you stand to lose if you don't do 1 or 2, 3 or A, B, and C. So that is why, like I mentioned, we are much interested in tagging along with this one to ensure that the people are educated and enough awareness is raised. We show them what to look out for. So, for instance, when you are on the internet, somebody promises you great, returns on investment. Give me this, and I'll do that for you.
Be careful.
Be careful. Okay. So we all want money. We all need money. We're all working for money. But there are certain things that we should be aware and not, just jump on without, being aware of some of these things.
So, Martin, I mean, for those coming to the National Theatre, talk to us about when is this play taking place? How much are they charging? And what should people expect coming to see this production? Okay,
the play is coming off on Friday.
Yeah.
Friday, 2nd May 2025 at the National Theatre, exactly at 6 p.m.
This coming Friday.
This coming Friday. Now, I want people to expect a very hilarious and thrilling comical play that shines light. You see, sometimes when we say these things, or when we are doing this kind of campaign awareness programs, we do them with the jargons, we do them with the complexities associated with it. But with Cyber Heist, you are expected to come to the National Theatre with all your problems, and by the time you finish, or you finish living, or the play finishes at the National Theatre, you are more relaxed and understand some of the issues to look out for when it comes to fraud, scams, and cybercrime. Now, I want to shed light on some data.
Okay,
briefly. We've been seeing, or the rationale for this is not far-fetched, because globally, a lot of things are happening within the cyber world in terms of crime. Even, I mean, just this past week, MTN was hacked.
Really?
MTN.
A whole
was hacked.
MTN.
Additionally, we also heard before, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, that the president of Ghana's X account was hacked to, market a fintech cryptocurrency platform. These things are becoming prominent. So that should tell you that, Charlie, we are all not safe. And so therefore, I want to share some data from the Bank of Ghana, particularly as it relates to digital financial fraud and scam. Now, this data is the Bank of Ghana's fraud and data report on banks, commercial banks, special deposit institutions, and PSPs. PSPs are the payment service providers, or basically fintechs. Now, they collected this data in 2024, and it showed that in 2023, the case count, the total case count of fraud that was reported was 15,865. 15,865. This was what was just recorded. And then in 2024, it increased by 5% to 16,733. And I'm telling you on authority that from where I sit, this is just information that was received. What were the ones that were not received? So the stark reality is we are at the precipice of eroding the trust in the financial sector if we do not take our cyber or our digital health seriously. And this is a national call.
And it's the reason why everybody
it's not only the call of the commercial banks or the fintechs. You as an individual need to protect, because we were all here when a lady last week was saying that, oh, they took 11 or 12,000 CDs from her account. Okay? She said she did not do anything. But sometimes in conversation with your friends, you think you trust.
You may just give out.
Out some very vital information, and that could, so you cannot even trust people around you. And the kind of information or you give out, you might not know that these people are listening in and picking this information to actually do you harm. So because there's also the issue of insider threat, within your own network, and we see this in the report as one of the main issues as to why digital financial fraud and scams are on the rise.
On the rise, right. This is the main reason why you should come to the National Theatre 2nd May, Friday 2nd May. Be there exactly at 6 p.m. to see this amazing play called Cyber Heist, and produced by Village Minds Production. And you need to be there to see this particular production. So, Mr. Kumasa, can I have your last words before we wrap up? Our time is far gone.
So I mean, to say that Absa Mobile Solutions, we are happy to be, part of the sponsors. We are happy to know that the right thing is being done to educate, the public on some of these, threats. We encourage everyone to be there. You have relatives in the villages, our mothers, our uncles. Once we come there, get the information, we're able to break it down for them to understand what their responsibilities are when it comes to the fight against cybercrime. So we all need to be there, get the information, and pass it on to our loved ones and help fight the crime. Thank you.
And then Mr. Waga.
Yes, trust me, one of the things I can say is this show is not so difficult to comprehend. It breaks down the complexities, it breaks down the issues, it breaks down all the jargons, all the difficult techie words that you think when it comes to cyber crime or cyber, you'll be able to understand in a very hilarious, relaxing, thrilling. This is an entertainment, and we wouldn't want to be there on Friday, 2nd May 2025 to attest to the fact that, this play actually breaks down the bigger concepts, the complexities, and makes it easier for all of us to understand or, identify some of the hotspots when it comes to using public Wi-Fi, free public Wi-Fi, when it comes to insider threats.
Or even leaving your laptop open. For
and those who write their, passwords and PIN codes on sticky notes. So, it takes the whole issue and makes it very, very interesting. In a very relaxing mood. Friday, who is in a hurry to go home after work? Just pass by the National Theatre.
Chill out at the National
and come and relax. After that, you can go and join your friends in a pub and have a few drinks. But this is very important, because at the end of the day, what we are going to do is we're going to raise some funds with government and public institutions and international NGOs and take this play and education across the country. And for me, I'm very thankful to our sponsors, Haptel, Apps and Mobile, First Atlantic Bank, Closer Group, and Blue Penguin, the Blue Penguin. And these are fintechs who are seeing that there's the need to maintain the trust and confidence in the financial sector, and are making sure that they do everything we can to protect our digital health. Now, I want to thank you, Nia Solomon, because your team has been doing exceptionally well. I think you've not thrown light on that this is also a production between Fintech Management Solutions and Village Minds Production. Village Minds Production is owned by yourself. And so you need to also let the listeners know that, and I'm making that for you. I mean, this is free campaign on your behalf as well. So you need to pay me after that. So thank you so much, and we'll be happy to see everybody on Friday, 2nd May 2025. But before we close,